I dream of it, amongst the wild threads of history and the myriad of paths. My path saw the Imperium rise from the ashes left in the wake of the Great Revolt. Thou shalt not make a machine in the likeness of the human mind. With that commandment, new avenues of human potential were explored. Mentats, Suk Doctors, Sword Masters, and the mystical Bene Gesserit Sisterhood. But it was the Navigators and their monopoly on space travel that set the conditions for the Imperium. But I am telling you of the universe you already know. Let me describe the one you do not. In this other universe, my mother, Lady Jessica, consort to Duke Leto Atreides, gave birth to a daughter, a girl they named Ariste. Because of her obedience to the Bene Gesserit, Lady Jessica is trained as a truth-sayer. Because of that training, Lady Jessica was able to detect Dr. Yue's deception. Because of the forewarning of his betrayal, House Atreides survived the Battle of Arrakeen. Because of their survival, the Emperor declared a full-scale war of assassins. Because of the war, the Sardaukar were deployed to ensure spice shipments continued without interruption. Because of the Sardaukar, the Fremen were eradicated. There was no Muad'Dib, no Lisan al-Gaib, no Kwisatz Haderach. I see a universe where I, Paul Atreides, was never born. All my visions lead to horror, except this one. This one leads to you.
Meeting Thufir Hawat.
Welcome back. What can I show you?
The balance of probability suggested I would see you soon.
It appears there may be a sandstorm approaching. So I will wait and see. That boom you just heard was a Guild Highliner entering orbit. It is just folded space from somewhere else.
Still alive, are you? Can I fly you somewhere today? Music to my ears. Where do you want to go? Atreides and their war levies. Look, I can get you there, but I want a little extra for the trip. All right. Thopter's on the roof. Let's go visit the Red Duke.
Welcome. Would you like to deposit or withdraw Solaris? How much Solaris would you like to deposit?
You were expected. Don't look so shocked. As the Duke's master of assassins, I must know the movement of every grain of sand in Arrakeen. I believe you have a message for me. Andrea speaks very highly of you. If that was all I knew of you, it would be enough. I know a great deal more. Your file grows daily. I'm quite pleased with the investigation into Skorda and the tainted spice. I look forward to the results of the analysis. Ah, she thinks he's responsible? Permission denied. The evidence is circumstantial, and he provides financial support. Assassination would be hasty. Andrea is my most promising protégé. She may seem to have a machine mind, but she's as human as you and I. She does not show it, but she takes the tainted spice deaths personally. She sees it as a personal failure to compute the truth rapidly enough. Very well. Say what must be said, cleanly. Speak carefully. The weight of those names is not light. Duress is a condition. Betrayal is a choice. Continue. We confirm the breach, trace the leak, and close the loop. Upload the files, now. A clean exit, but not a clean solution. I'm afraid the truth dies with him. Ineas and Stein, compromised by blackmail, yes. But now the blackmailer is dead. The question is, will they continue to serve House Atreides, or have they forfeited that right? You are dismissed. I expected you. Sorry. Occupational hazard. If you knew what I knew of Zane DeWitt, you'd see your words are even wiser than you suspect. Perhaps you will listen to your own excellent advice. Liet Kynes was always arrogant, able to slip away from my spies, seemingly at will. Half a servant of the Imperium, half a wild Fremen. What always puzzled me the most about Kynes was how little the war bothered them. At least until the Sardaukar began their little genocide. Then it became personal. Kynes was instrumental in clearing the Sietches, evacuating the Fremen, warning them. But in the end, Kynes only achieved death. Pulling down the walls of the Sietch Tal was a brave, desperate move. Kynes was half Fremen. Did you know that? Pardo Kynes took a Fremen wife, and Liet Kynes was the result. And like the Fremen, Liet Kynes was considered a wisp of the sands. Sometimes here, sometimes there, never one clear home. But I can offer you this, at least. Kynes spent a lot of time in the Udum, at Sietch Tarl and the surrounding testing stations. It's a Fremen place, though long destroyed by the Sardaukar. The Sietch itself was destroyed in the battle, but the entrance still exists. In Hagga Basin, north of Misa Tiril, where the Udum meets the shield wall. That's all that remains of Kynes and Sietch Tarl.
You strike me as someone with something to offer the great House Wallach. I have a sense for these things. Our motto is God, Imperium, House. We enjoy a rich history as renowned conquerors. House Wallach attained its name and titles 5 millennia ago. The house's founder was a former Bursik general of the Imperial Sardaukar. To this day, scions of Wallach are sent to be trained by the Sardaukar. We're not quite the same conquerors of our history, but that influence does colour our present in more subtle ways. There is no better place to perch and sample the intrigues of this contentious planet. My name is Vera Vogel. I proudly serve the needs of the Landsraad envoys of House Wallach here on Arrakis. I'd ask you to tell me about yourself, but I'm already learning a great deal about you as we speak. Well, not as such, but you have a good eye. I received some training from a Bene Gesserit. House Wallach enjoys a close relationship with the Sisterhood. Many find our association with the Bene Gesserit to be mysterious, and far be it from me to spoil such mystique.
Good to meet you. I see by that token that an Atreides official deems you worthy to deal with me and my wares.
Can I fly you somewhere today? Music to my ears. Where do you want to go? The Basin is a pretty big place. Could you narrow it down a little? Most folks try to stay clear of slaver gangs, but if you're paying... Let's try to avoid any pot shots from the locals as we take off.
The balance of probability suggested I would see you soon. Good. I have the test results of the tainted spice. It will take time to interpret the data, but we will have a better understanding of this poison. What did Thufir say regarding my request to eliminate Ambrose Lucifera? What? No. No, his is a brilliant mind. Surely he understands the logic, the calculation, the need. Lucifera is a corruption, a cancer. The only kindness is to cut him out. The only solution to the equation is terminal. Why doesn't he compute that? Thufir is rarely wrong, but he is wrong now. We must act before it is too late. We will take the initiative, and I will take full responsibility. I've taken the liberty of lacing this expensive bottle of wine with some of the tainted spice. It will be undetectable to poison snoopers. Ambrose is a known Epicurean and experience seeker. Convince him that this bottle of wine is a singular and exclusive experience. I'm too well known in Arakeen, but you can make sure Ambrose drinks this. Take the bottle, say no more. I know you'll do the right thing.
Can I fly you somewhere today? Music to my ears. Where do you want to go? Atreides and their war levies. Look, I can get you there, but I want a little extra for the trip. All right. Doctor's on the roof. Let's go visit the Red Duke.
I can already tell we are going to be fast friends, unless we already are, in which case it's so good to see you. How long has it been? Well, far be it from me to look a mysterious wine-bearer in the mouth, but perhaps you ought to tell me who your patron is before I accept. Such a bottle would not be easy to come by in this sand trap of a planet. Your patron must have wealth, reach, and power. Oh my. Caledonian wine, a rare experience. By Jove, I like you. I'm going to a party later, and sharing this will make me the belle of the ball. Do you drink while on duty? Don't answer. Let me tempt you not. I'll shield you from this devil's ambrosia. Just a selfless soul, drinking for two. Well, I'm afraid something of this vintage simply must be shared. It's just my indelibly magnanimous nature. Dear Diary, I met the most peculiar stranger today. I'm left wineless, disappointed, and... A good evening to you. Oh yes, well, what?
I expected you. Sorry. Occupational hazard. Ah, I hadn't expected her to move so fast. Know that you did the right thing and showed excellent judgment. Andrea turned herself in, claimed complete responsibility for everything. Loyalty still means something to her, and a willingness to face consequences. Her actions took me aback. Ambrose, you see, was my double agent, feeding misinformation to the Harkonnen. There will be a disciplinary action. Then I will place her on other cases far from Skorda. She faced her misconduct with honor. Our work isn't done. Now you work for me directly. You have Andrea to thank for that. She made the case to keep you on. She made it very well. A process cannot be understood by stopping it. Understanding must move with the flow of the process, must join it and flow with it. I can only teach you what comes next by throwing you into the flow directly. Perhaps, in the process, we can save my Duke and his house. Understanding the origin of the tainted spice is vital. Taking in all of the data, I detect Imperial influence, though I do not know from whom. We must trace the links in the chain back to Skorda. It is from him we will get clearer answers. The man recently appeared in Erechine. I've calculated his most likely contact, a naive Atreides trooper named Rafe Arslau. He's stationed in Erechine. Find him. Find out what he knows. We know he's had past dealings with Skorda. Further details are in the contract.
again? You are you? Well, who's asking? Yeah, I heard he got jumped by mercenaries when he tried to go off-world. Happy to help. Scorder's a hero of mine. I owe everything I am today to him. I was just a street dog on Caladan. I messed up. I was on my way to a prison planet. But Scorder, see, he was in the constabulary. He saw something in me. Scorder covered it up for me. Got me set up as a recruit in the Atreides House forces. And here I am now. Right. Last I saw, Scorder was talking to one of them weirdo cult recruiters in town. I gotta see one of them.
I expected you. Sorry. Occupational hazard. Well done. The cult in question is the Masquerade. Strange cult. Even stranger rituals. But why would Scorder be talking to them? Speak with one of their cult recruiters. See how far you can get by playing an eager new recruit. Their practices may seem strange and even nonsensical, but don't fall into the trap of underestimating them. It's a bad habit.
And there we are. This mystery continues. It's more of an investigation continues. And I'm going to leave you here with, again, another hour of gameplay. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.